Are you wanting to eat healthier? Stop overthinking it. I've got 9 super easy food swaps that will make your diet healthier. Hi, welcome to The Goodness Well. I'm Brooke, a certified wellness and nutrition coach, and today I'm going to be sharing 9 easy and simple ways you can swap out certain foods for healthier ones.
All right, let's get started.
And when I say diet, I don't mean a restrictive diet, but more like a lifestyle and how you actually eat. So what I'm not going to ask you to do is spend a lot of money or restrict yourself to where it's not going to be sustainable and it's not going to last very long. These easy ways are meant to encourage you to make small changes that can have a huge impact on your eating and therefore your health. But enough talk about that, let's get into the 9 easy food swaps that you can start to make your diet healthier. So first up, we have syrup, and of course you may be thinking, of course syrup's not healthy, but syrup can actually be a great alternative to sugar and artificial sweeteners in our coffee and baked goods. And switching out syrups that contain high amounts of high fructose corn syrup and sugars and artificial sweeteners for something that's more natural like maple syrup or even raw honey is a really good alternative. Again, syrups can be used to sweeten baked goods, to sweeten your coffee or hot beverages, and of course to pour over our yummy pancakes and waffles. I like to look for organic maple syrup with the only ingredients as maple syrup. No high fructose corn syrup, and of course, no high amounts of extra and added sugar and other ingredients. And just something I want to throw out there, if you're using organic maple syrup and want to add a little extra flavor to it, my husband loves to warm up peanut butter and mix it with the organic maple syrup and pour that over his pancakes or any baked good, and he says it's the best thing ever. Now for swap number 2, we have cooking oils and butters. So traditionally, most people cook with canola oil, soybean oil, peanut oil, but unfortunately, although these are the most common types of oils, they're really bad for us. They're highly processed and filled with high amounts of omega-6s, and they also have the potential to release free radicals at high heats. And they can also contribute to inflammation, which is what we don't want. Instead, choosing to cook with oils such as avocado oil or butter that is grass-fed and organic is a really great alternative that can make healthy meals stay healthy. Because cooking oils such as canola oil or butter made with soybean oil can really make even healthy meals unhealthy. So I know I briefly touched on that, but if you are interested in learning more on what to look for and what to avoid, you can click on this link to my husband Justin's video that goes way more in depth into what you should look for in your cooking oils and butters and how to choose healthy ones that are going to keep healthy meals healthy. Now for our third swap, bread. Now bread, you actually have a few options. One, you can of course always bake your own bread at home, and this allows you the freedom to choose only ingredients that you want, limiting and avoiding unnecessary ultra-processed artificial ingredients that we can find easily in almost all the bread sold at the store. But if you're someone who isn't into baking their bread at home, totally okay, because you have 2 options that you can find in the store.
So if you're not feeling making your own bread, you can always look for thin sliced bread. For example, Pepperidge Farm, they make sandwich sliced bread and thin sliced bread. And the thin sliced bread offers you an option that has less calories and less carbs within each slice. So simply just switching out regular sliced bread like sandwich bread for very thin sliced bread, you can cut out on calories and carbs for each of your meals. And lastly, one of your best in-store options for bread is Ezekiel bread. It's made with organic sprouted wheat, barley, and other grains, and it's normally found in the fridge section of the store. And making it even better, it does come in different options such as cinnamon bread, organic sesame bread, and low-sodium bread.
Now for our fourth food swap, we're going to talk about rice and pasta. Now as a girl who loves their carbs, I will say that I love rice and pasta, but when I wanted to cut out carbs and eat a little bit healthier and less carby meals, I really started to switch from white rice and brown rice and regular pasta to cauliflower rice and chickpea pasta, and boy did they make a world of a difference. Not only do they cut carbs and calories, but they also help me to get in my veggies in a unique way. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the biggest adjustment, because I am a rice girl through and through, was the cauliflower rice. It doesn't taste like rice, and I don't want to deceive you into thinking it does. Cauliflower rice does need a little bit of seasoning, but you can definitely season it and cook it with maybe a puree. I love to make it with carrot puree, which is better than it sounds, trust me. But again, as far as switching from rice to cauliflower rice, the biggest thing for me was just finding a way to season it and put it with different foods because it is a little bit of adjustment. Now, as far as pasta, pasta can be so heavy on our stomachs. I know I'm not the only one who brought some pasta, maybe some spaghetti for lunch at work, and when you went to eat it, it was yummy, but when you were done eating, you were slumped. And that's what pasta does to us. But switching to chickpea pasta,
You can still enjoy your favorite pasta dishes with a little more fiber and nutrients compared to traditional pasta.
but again, both of these options, whether you choose the cauliflower rice or the chickpea pasta, they are different from their alternatives such as regular white or brown rice and regular pasta. But again, it does take some adjustment and a little bit of a taste bud change. But once you learn how to cook with it and to make it yummy for you, you will love these as much as I do. Next up for our swap number 5 is flour and breading. Now, as you know, flour is a huge part of our diets, whether bread, baking, breading chicken, any of that. We use so much flour in our diets, and it's really important that we choose high quality flour and breading.
I'm actually a huge fan of almond flour. I think it's a great alternative to regular flour. It's high in healthy fats and protein, fiber, and vitamins, and it's low in carbohydrates, which is definitely a win. The only thing I will say is that almond flour or flour made from oats does tend to be a little bit harder to get to stick to chicken or other foods. But of course, coating your food with eggs does help the almond flour or oat flour stick a little bit better. When it comes to breading, avoid breadings that contain vegetable oil and soybean oil and other artificial ingredients. A better alternative is using oats. You can grind the oats into a powder or a fine substance that you can then coat chicken or anything you need to, and it tastes amazing. You can add seasoning to the oat flour, whatever you need. It is a perfect alternative that's much healthier.
Now there's only one thing I love more than carbs, and that is coffee. And that leads us to swap number 6, and that is coffee creamer. So in this video, I only touch on this a little bit, but I do have another video where I go more in depth into the healthiest coffee creamer options so that you can enjoy your morning cup of coffee without the sacrifice of your health.
So honestly, anything almond milk is amazing. I love their regular almond milk and their creamer. And the best part is that their creamer has no natural flavors, no artificial sweeteners, and it tastes so good.
So again, just like any of the foods we've talked about, we want to limit and avoid artificial sweeteners and ingredients that can be heavily found in coffee creamers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard to find a good coffee creamer, one that didn't have natural flavors and artificial sweeteners and super high amounts of sugar, and that actually tastes good in my coffee. But eventually I did find a few options, and I even started to make my own homemade recipes that I enjoy. But I will say, with some of the coffee creamer options, it did allow me to see how much I was addicted to having high amounts of sugar in my coffee. And through time and adjustments, I did learn to appreciate the actual coffee taste and less of the creamer taste. But that was only after I allowed myself to start getting adjusted to healthier coffee creamers. In continuing on with beverages, let's talk about soda. Our 7th swap is going to be soda or any sweetened juice. So really, honestly, you can swap out soda, lemonade, any juice that's high in sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and other icky ingredients we don't. So me personally, I've never been super into soda, but I do love some sweet iced tea. But of course, this has a high amount of sugar in it, and it usually contains ingredients that I don't want. But there is a solution to this as well.
And that is sparkling water. And LaCroix does it best because they don't have natural flavors, they don't have artificial sweeteners in their drinks, and it tastes pretty good, especially if you add a lemon or lime. But this is an adjustment, especially if you're used to an overstimulation in your drinks and beverages.
Swap number 8, salad dressing. Now this one was just as hard to find a good healthy alternative as the coffee creamer. This took me on a journey, on a self-seeking journey to find the best salad dressing that didn't cause me to sacrifice my health. I'm telling you y'all, every time I went in the salad dressing aisle, I would spend so much time there, and every ingredient, or every time I looked at the ingredient label, it would say soybean oil, canola oil, I have high amounts of sodium and sugar, and I just gave up for a little bit and started to make my own homemade salad dressing, which I love. And just because I love you, I'll share that Caesar salad homemade dressing that I make that doesn't have any artificial ingredients in it, and I make right here at home, and it's delicious. But on a serious note, I love salad, and I love even having salad dressing with stuff that isn't even salad. And I know it sounds weird to some of y'all, but I'm a salad dressing girl. But again, for a while, I could not find one that didn't have high amounts of sodium, high amounts of sugar, and soybean oil and canola oil. But I didn't give up, y'all. Eventually, I did find a few options that were really great and a lot better than most of the salad dressings you find at the store. What I found to be as the best brand was Mother Raw because it didn't have any soybean oil, no vegetable oil, and only contained real ingredients. This is normally found in the fridge section of the store. And the same goes for Primal Kitchen. A lot of their salad dressings taste so good, and they're only made with real and natural ingredients. Before we get into our next healthy food swaps, if you've liked what you've seen so far, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you can be updated on all our future content. Thank you. All right, and for our last and final, our 9th food swap, we're going to be talking about meat and eggs. So I just want to put this out there. The better the quality of life the animals receive, the better the animal product. And this goes with eggs or any type of animal product, even milk, chicken, other types of meat. The better the quality of life for the animal, the better the quality of the product, and that's usually going to be healthier for you. As far as chicken, you're going to want to look for organic chicken as much as possible. If it's free range or even pasture raised, that's going to make the chicken quality even better as well. Looking for organic chicken is really important because it means that the chickens are being fed good, healthy, quality organic feed instead of just grains. And on top of that, you're going to want to make sure that your chicken is free from any added hormones or antibiotics. As far as beef or lamb products, look for grass-fed or grass-finished. That means they're eating a nutrient-rich diet and not just being fed grains. And just as with chicken, looking for grass-fed beef that's organic is always going to be a better option. As far as eggs go, the best quality eggs is going to be organic pasture-raised eggs, as well as organic free-range eggs. Now, I know that organic pasture-raised eggs can be a little expensive and sometimes even hard to find in the store, but organic free-range eggs are a great option as well. These two options are the best because not only are they organic, which means that they'll be getting fed a nutrient-rich diet instead of basic grains, but also with organic pasture-raised chickens, that means that they're able to roam around freely in an open pasture, which is a lot healthier for them. Now, on the other hand, sometimes we just got to do the best we can, and organic cage-free chickens or chicken eggs are also a good option. They're not necessarily the best, but they will do, and again, looking for that organic label is going to be a good option. However, the worst eggs are those that have no specifications on them or no labeling, such as organic or cage-free, free-range, or pasture-raised. All right, y'all, and that includes our 9 healthy and easy and hopefully practical ways that you can swap out certain foods for other foods. Remember, give yourself grace and don't overwhelm yourself. We didn't make all these changes all at once. Take these 9 swaps and do what you can. Even the smallest of healthiest swaps is impactful to your health. But making these simple swaps and being intentional about your choices can lead you to a healthier lifestyle. I hope that this was informative, practical, and at least a little bit enjoyable. And if it was, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you have any swaps for us or have any questions for us, please leave a comment below and we will get back to you ASAP. And as always, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.